Hi there, welcome to Made by Granat. My name is Anna. It is Sunday today, the 17th of September, and we are continuing to work on Elsa, which this lovely junk journal is called. Yesterday I started sewing in the signatures on camera, and as I said, I would finish it off camera because it takes it's not so much fun watching me sew in the signatures, but they are sewn in. So now I have a text block and the back looks like this. The signatures are sewn in with a 5-hole pamphlet stitch with waxed thread, if you haven't seen my video yesterday. And I chose a cardstock that was deliberately not too heavy so that it would be easy to shape the spine into the spine of the book. So we will continue to work on this and make this into a journal. So I want to work on my spine. I want to secure this a bit more. I want to get rid of the flaps up and down, and I have some other things to do. And then when I do that, I would like my text block to be standing, but I also want both my hands free. So I use one of those, it's for mail, I think, to keep your mail in, and I simply ease it in. I would like one that is just like a napkin holder or something you can use. That's just one, but that I couldn't find thrifting, so I took what I got. And now, just want to check that we're on camera. Yeah. As you can see, it is a bit easier to work with. And what I want to do now, as I said, I want to secure this a bit more. And when I do that, I usually put a piece of the book's original text block. I usually glue it down here, and I put lots of glue around the threads. And when I do that, I secure it even more under the paper as well, so that if a thread should happen to snap somewhere, it will still stay together, the whole text block, because it's still glued into the spine. I hope I make myself clear. English is not my first language. It is Swedish. So I am, sometimes I struggle a bit with technical terms. So I have here a page out of the text block that I have used while gluing things. So it's easy, very good to use up. And that should be the right size, because I have pages from the original text block in, and I am just checking, and that is a good size, of course. Now I want to glue that down. And I will use my Fabri-Tac. I'll stand up doing this so I can reach all the way around. Fabri-Tac is good because of the threads. You could use other glue as well, but and I just start oozing it on. I'm making sure to get a bit more glue where I put in the stitches, so it actually glues them down. And then I can spread it a bit evenly. I will use my makeup silicone brush for this as well, to get it in under the threads and so on, so it sticks. Yeah, I will stop at that. I don't want too much glue because I want it to dry fairly fast. Once again, my silicone makeup brush. It's been cleaned since yesterday, and I love the silicone makeup brushes because you can just peel off the glue. And it doesn't matter if you sometimes forget to wash your brush. If you forget to wash a normal brush, it's almost just as good to throw it out, in my humble experience. So I just glue it around. This is just as much to get the threads stuck down as to make the paper stick. Like that. I'm quite pleased with that, I think. Then I take my paper and just place it down and squeeze a bit. And as I squeeze, I try to shape the spine as well a bit to make it a bit rounded, because this book has quite a rounded spine, and I want it to fit in there. I'm pressing down to make sure that I feel that the threads are sticking. Paper. Yeah, that feels good. And as you can see, I also press a bit around the sides of the paper. That is to make the hinges. That latches into the hinges on the book spine. Like that. Now I want that to dry a bit before I go on to the next step. And then I do something that is, I don't know if it makes any sense, but I want to sign my books. So that in 100 years, when someone pulls it apart and they find my signature and realize that, ooh, someone renovated this book and make it into a junk journal all those years ago. So here's a lighter space, and I will take one of my fountain pens and I will just sign it. And write the date. Like that. And maybe no one will ever know, but I will know. And I love it. I know several junk journals creators that do this, and I like it. It's like you leave a secret message for the owner of the book. So now I want to get rid of these little flaps, and then I will just cut a little bit and I will glue it down so that it sticks and also secures the end of the paper. And I will try to make sure that I don't cut anything of the book and that I don't cut any threads that I left dangling. This is the small things, I think, that makes the book a bit more, what should I say, worked through, like you do a bit more work than is actually needed. You could as well just cut it off if you like, but I want to make sure it's a nice edge. Put some more fabric tack on to make sure the fabric is glued down. And here I don't spread it because it doesn't really need to. And I just fold it over, press it down. Flip it round. That's also another advantage with a holder, the paper holder or the napkin holder or whatever you're using. You can easily move the book around without being worried that you break something. And I'm sure there's something fancy you could use as a proper bookbinder, but I'm using what I got. That's my kind of thing. Great. Now I still have these flaps of paper and the fabric, so I will cut the fabric a bit on the crooked. What's it called? Not straight anyway. So that it doesn't stick out when I glue it down. And I save those little pieces because one day I will use them in a collage or in a cluster or as a tab somewhere. Because that's the way I am. I save everything. Almost everything. Okay, so Hannah is hearing something. Let me pause for a second. And I'm back. It was just the neighbors coming home. So now the spine is nice and glued. And I press, I pinch the hinges a bit to make sure they get the nice shape. Like that. And also, this is the stage where you put something, if you'd like, you can put something on the head and foot of the spine. You could put well, you could put laces or you could put something else, and I have saved the old headbands and I want to use them because I like repurposing everything in a book if I can. So I will glue them down, and I want them, you know, like sticking out a bit, and it gives it a bit more finished look, you know. And also I know that I have repurposed them from the old book, and that makes it valuable to me. If you want to put in a permanent bookmark, I would do it before I put the book page over, so that it is secured underneath the book page. You could do it now as well if you have forgotten, but I do not want a headband, a bookmark today, so I will just put the headbands and head and footbands on. And once again I will use the fabric tack, because fabric to fabric, and I will put some of it here. Those are quite old and quite grungy, but I love them. And when they are in good condition, I would, if I can remember, I want to use them in my book. The same thing with the bookmarks actually. If they are in great condition, I want to put them back because it belongs there in a way. Like that. It wants to stick to my finger. Maybe I will snip that off. Sorry. And the headband. And now I want to wait a bit before those dry as well. I want to make sure it looks good, and it does. So now I will let that dry a little bit, and then I will start gluing down the text block and make my hidden hollowback spine. So I want to clean that off a bit. See what I mean? You just peel it off and it's so satisfying. And then it's almost clean. Isn't that great? I love my silicone makeup brushes. I have several different models and sizes. Like that. Now we can get rid of the paper holder. And I still want to do a bit of pinching. You can see. I love the headers and footers. Let's try what it would look like if we put it in. Yes, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. I love it. Oh, this book is so great. I love the grunginess of it, and that the profile is so ragged, and yeah, this is a great book. Now, when I glue the text block in, I always start at the back. So here I do the other way around, because when I sew, I start at the front and work my way back, and when I glue, I do the other way around. So now I want to, there's two ways of doing this, according to me. I can either glue down the paper first and then glue down the fabric. Or I can glue the paper and fabric together and then glue it down. It doesn't matter at all, actually, which way you do it. But I think I will start by gluing the paper down and then take the fabric. And for this I will use bookbinding glue. I have a big bucket of it, bookbinder's glue, so I will open that up, and I hope I don't splatter. I will keep this off the cutting mat because I don't want to get glue all over it. And I also want to put something under here, I think. Whoop. Icky sticky. So let me get a piece of paper or something. I will use my little catalog to have under here. And I want to also, I will use the rest of that book page I had there and put under here so that it doesn't, I don't accidentally glue the page to the page, if you know, the flap to the page, if you know what I mean. And then I will take my bookbinder's glue and just spread it over here quite thinly, because otherwise it won't dry for a while. So it's no, I used to use, like, sometimes I used Fabri-Tac, or I used other PVA glues and so on, but this is a lot faster, having a big bucket. And there I saw something going wrong. Did you see it as well? I got glue on my spine, and I make sure to wipe that off, so I don't accidentally glue my spine to the book, because then I wouldn't have my hidden hollowback spine, right? Then I take my text block and rise it up, place it into the little fold, and then I will press down. Make sure I position it like I want it before I press it down too much. And here I will use either a bone folder or a credit card or something to flatten it out. This grabs quite fast, so you have to be quick while doing this. It actually might be crooked. Let me check this. No, it's okay. Because if I was crooked, then I would have to lift it up right away. And make sure that I didn't put it wrong. Then I will take the same glue and glue down the fabric. Oh, I'm not doing any good today. Let me put that under just in case. That's just because I'm doing this on camera. I make mistakes. Yeah. Fortunately, this is water-based, so it is easy to remove if you get it where you don't want it. But when it's stuck, it's stuck. So I want to move a bit faster, I think. Yep. And this is why you want the paper underneath when you do this. Just saying. You don't want to glue down your pages. Like that. And I want to make sure I get the whole text block where I want it. And I feel with my fingers to see that I got into the crease where I want my hinges to be. Once again, I flatten it out. They also push down a bit, like that. So now this have to dry, and it's a bit moist. And if I put the page down, it will get stuck, right? So I always put something in between, and I have those. It's like paper bags that I received some goods in a while back, and then I use them to get a bit of distance. Then I will do the front, and then when I do that, I flip it over because I like working on my right. Let's see if it actually is. Yeah. Yes, I think it's good. And sometimes, if it's a big book, a floppy book, I would use some kind of clip to, like this, you know, to make it stay together, so I don't have to collect all the pages all the time. And I want, once again, to put the paper down so that I don't accidentally glue on the wrong place. And then I want to put the glue on the paper again. Let's see if I can be a bit quicker and if I can avoid getting glue everywhere this time. Because if you are too quick, you get sloppy. Feeling that the glue is starting to get dry here on the lid. It doesn't come off as easily and it gets a bit thicker, so I want to move along. I can dip in so you have to be fast, and quite fast anyway, like that. Okay, so now I want to first get this off my fingers. I want to make sure that I get the hinges in once again, and then I want to use my little credit card and get it straight. Flatten it out. Hanna, sluta! There you go. And then I want to glue the fabric down here as well. sure I get my paper in there. And I will once again it drips. Do you ever feel like this? That when you do things on camera they get all messy? Because when you do it off camera, nothing goes wrong, right? But I will show you that you can always work through those kind of things. Because crafting can be a mess sometimes. Just make sure you have paper ready. Paper towels or something. Like that. And then once again, I will feel with my fingers that I'm in the hinges. And I want to take my old credit card or bus card in this case, and I want to make sure that it is flat and stuck to the. Then I want to take another one of those, put them there. Clamp and oh, glue all over my fingers. I will have to go and wash my hands. Quite pleased with that actually. Now I will have to leave this to dry, and when I do that I want to make sure that I leave it on the side of the table like this, and I let the edge of the table run in the hinge, and then I put something very heavy on top so that the hinges stay flat, because now they are moist. Not stay flat, they won't be flat, because now when they are moist there is a chance that they forget their shape and you just get a round spine, and that was not, then it's not so hollow back. So like that. Now I will put this in press, and next time you will see Elsa, she will be a bit more dressed. I will put the end papers in, I think, before I show you, and we can start going through the signatures and see what we have to do. I have some ephemera I want to do and so on. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this crafty mess that I produced today, and I will talk to you soon. Maybe not today, but I will be back and show you the continued work on Elsa. I wish you all a great week. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Give any comments down below if you have any questions about my procedure. And then I will talk to you soon. Bye.